I'm Eliang Pang, Doublelift. I play AD carry for TSM, and my pocket pick is Lucian.
Then the one kill they need. Doublelift still wants more. Doublelift is on fire now. They are taking over the game. Doublelift goes in for the kill, and they're on the chase.
That's Doublelift's kill. The calling comes out, and it's gonna get the kill with the laser hole.
I think he's just an extremely highly mechanical champion, which I've been waiting for the comeback of a champion like this into the meta for years and years. So he's not a lane bully, but he can be. He doesn't ever get like completely crushed in lane, but he can. In mid game, he has like a pretty decent spike where you have like a lot of options, but he's not like overbearing. And then late game, he doesn't really get outscaled. He has like a lot of mobility, so he's not like super vulnerable versus champions like Gangplank or champions like Malphite. And also he has a lot of ranges that he can play at. So when you're at your lowest range, which is 500, versus when you're at your highest range, which is culling, there's two like totally different styles that you can play. I think the most important part about playing Lucian is understanding your combos. First one, bread and butter, is E auto, Q auto, and then you have another dash. The reason why you need to know this combo and the reason why it leads in all other combos is because your passive, as you know, gives you 4 seconds off of your E. Every time you shoot 2 bullets, it's 2 seconds off each. So once you hit like 40% CDR, the golden rule is you just need 2 passives to your dash to come back up. It doesn't matter when you use your passive, it matters when those auto attacks hit, and it'll take cooldown off of your E. The most efficient and most damaging combos usually imply that you have a passive already up before you use your first dash. Let's say you walk up to somebody and you already have a passive. Yeah, you use it and you dash and I use it again. Your E is already off cooldown. If you prep your E this way, like forwards as opposed to dashing in first, you can essentially always maintain 2 dashes. Just getting these combos down pat and like understanding the timing of them and doing them in the quickest possible way, it just increases your damage by so much. If you do this slowly, you just lose like half your damage. If you do this quickly, you just one-shot somebody and they're like, where did that damage come from? So yeah, practice, practice, practice. One of the earliest times you're gonna use your combos is at level 2, the hilarious level 2 Lucian Power Spike. When you hit level 2, you don't dash in straight to their face and take a billion damage trying to, auto, auto, Q, auto, auto. That takes forever. What you do is you use your E as an auto attack reset. So you walk up to them, 500 range, and you auto attack them. You use your E to reset, so you auto, auto, Q, and then you can either back off or you can use that passive and auto, auto them again. One thing you can do to abuse this mechanic, this auto attack reset, is doing the short dash. Most Lucians, they do the long dash, they do the max range dash because they want to cover some distance for some reason. When you're in a 1v1, it doesn't matter how much distance you're covering, it just matters how much damage you're getting off, damage per second. So you can dash on top of yourself actually, and just use your E as an auto attack reset. Your character will basically move 1 inch, and your auto attack will just come out instantly. I love playing with champions like Zilean, Nami, Karma, Janna. Things that can buff up my champion, I always feel nice, Lucian also has a great synergy with those champions because when you speed up Lucian or you buff him up, he almost becomes just like a frontline backline hybrid. He's so mobile that he can play in the front line and still be safe. He also can just do a billion damage. Mobility allows AD carries in team fights to do damage in a position where if the enemy team is uncoordinated, if they don't all go on you at once and CC you and one-shot you, you'll be able to kite them really easily. Take the difference between Lucian and Ashe in the same position. If the Ashe gets hit by a skill shot or if the Ashe gets hit by some damage, now it's not safe for her to do anything anymore. She needs to back off or she risks dying at 50% HP. But let's say Lucian is chunked to 50% HP. He's in the same position as an Ashe would be. Now he can visualize like what is the next thing that can possibly be a danger to me? Like what's the next skill shot? Who's the next person who might jump me? And he can look for the outplay.
Oh. Doublelift, we need vision, get in the bush, but I don't want to die! Way too early, but he is able to solo out on the Crepo. Pole coming in. Doublelift said I had it, guys.
One good thing to consider is how a team would play against Lucian. Even though I've been talking him up a lot, it's really not that hard. He doesn't have the best team fighting, so when you get in team fights 5v5, he's not the best champion. He also doesn't have a lot of utility, so you should really focus on getting those 4v4, 5v5 team fights. And you should try to use your AD carry as a resource rather than a main source of damage because you'll never like beat him going like, beating your head into the wall and trying to like outsplit push Lucian. What you'll beat him at is your AD carry has more utility than him and is probably better grouped. So kind of exploit that. He's a little worse against point and click CCs. So when you're up against like a Ryze or Maokai, they can just root you with W and it doesn't matter how much mobility you have because you're gonna get hit by it no matter what. Yeah, playing against those pointing clickers usually really sucks, so try to avoid picking Lucian against those sorts of champs.
Win. What? See them doing trying to defend this. Taunts are getting low, but they might be able to find it out. Double lift. Gets one. Can he make it two? Huni. Now the next target they're calling is down. That is the double in there. Double lift. Gonna go crazy. The 1v3 solo. Gets himself the triple.
I guess that's what they're doing. Pick up a triple on your Lucian, and double lift comes up huge.
My favorite Lucian player is probably Uzi, other than myself, of course. Like he's probably the best Lucian I've ever seen. And I stole a lot of his combos. I stole a lot of his like playstyle tendencies. When I all in against Uzi, it's always like, I lost my one auto attack. But where did that auto attack come from? Usually like against every other AD carry, I'm the one winning by one auto attack. So I have to go back and watch the replay and be like, oh, it's because he just played it perfectly. And I didn't. So yeah, I think that's like the beauty of picking a champion like this is you can always have something to improve on. You know, I practice and I try to perfect my mechanics 12 hours a day, but it's still not good enough. I'm paying double lift. My pocket pick is Lucian. I've seen so many times. I don't want to like. I'm gonna call out Keith because he's like really. He's a cool guy. He can handle it. When I watch him play Lucian, he dashes in and he doesn't get the auto off. He just cancels his auto attack and goes for Q. Now his E is not back up. I see it happen so many times.